Some National Guard dispersing at the Lolo Peak fire. A little encouragement for all the people still fighting that blaze. One Montana Players group makes the Bard proud.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Augusta McDonald. Some parts of western Montana are still being hit hard by all of the wildfire smoke filling our valleys. Here's a look at the Missoula Valley this afternoon as local health officials are warning that the air quality in western Montana may deteriorate as more smoke is pushed in or flows into the valleys. Today, air quality was listed as hazardous in Seeley Lake, unhealthy in Lolo and Lincoln, and very unhealthy in Florence. Elsewhere, the air quality was listed as good to moderate. And with that, meteorologist Russ Thomas joins us now from the Storm Tracker Weather Center with the latest on those conditions. Russ.
Yeah, and with air quality in mind, we take a look at a viewer photo to start off. Beautiful shot this taken in the Bitterroot Valley, but again, you see it right there, just dealing with that smoke in the Bitterroot. This is taken in Stevensville by Penny Powell Jenkins. Penny, thank you so much. Now, what we are looking at is an upper level ridge, which will establish itself over the next 2 to 3 days, and that is going to push more smoke in the valleys. So I think with each passing day here through Wednesday, we're just going to see more smoke in the atmosphere, especially overnight and during the morning hours. And we'll have your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Alrighty, thank you, Russ. Many people are excited that the evacuation orders for the Lolo Peak fire are lifted, but for residents who evacuated, returning home can be bittersweet. There was a community information meeting today at the Florence Baptist Church where officials thanked evacuees for their strength and patience. Many of the speakers mentioned that though people are being allowed back in their homes, they shouldn't let their guard down since conditions could change at any moment. Missoula Undersheriff Rich Marcelli was among the panel of speakers. He has been working from the law enforcement side of evacuations for 24 years, and this year he and his family also had to evacuate their home.
You know, we still have our life going on, and you have kids that are starting school, and you know, everything that goes into that, and the fall sports, and just the different things that life brings and presents to us. And so, you know, you have to kind of juggle all those things and figure out a way to, you know, to make it happen and get through it.
Officials at the meeting handed out flyers with tips on what to check for when arriving back to your home. The list included checking the interior and exterior of your home, keeping pets close until you know it's safe, and to use caution when driving because fire vehicles could still be operating in your area. For a full checklist of things you should do to safely return home, check out KPAX.com. Some of the contingent of Montana National Guard soldiers who have been helping out Ravalli County law enforcement near the Lolo Peak fire are demobilizing. Ravalli County Sheriff Steve Holton says that 114 National Guard soldiers will be leaving this evening, and there will be approximately 38 soldiers still assigned to the incident to assist with various operations and security details on the Lolo Peak fire. While the National Guard is downsizing operations near the 37,000-acre Lolo Peak fire, it was announced late last week that 60 members of the Montana Air National Guard are being mobilized and will be assigned to help fight the blaze. When they heard about the Lolo Peak fire, along with the many firefighters putting their lives at risk, one Missoula group decided to show their appreciation through art. MTN's Kent Lutzen has more on this story.
For some, a rock might just be a rock, a piece of the earth. But for others, a rock symbolizes much more. Strength, reliability, and endurance, a lot like a firefighter. When mixed with beautiful paintings and meaningful words, for some, these rocks turn into a moment of encouragement.
When we're moving here, we become part of the community, and that means a lot to us because that means the efforts that firefighters are putting forward on that fire line is appreciated by the people that live here, and that's one of those things that keeps people going.
These firefighters have been battling the Lolo Peak fire since July 15th. That's more than 40 days of tough work protecting our communities. And while working in a stressful environment is not always easy, sometimes it's the smallest things that can make the biggest difference.
The community really appreciates the effort they're putting into it. They're risking their lives every day to keep our homes and businesses safe. So we need to at least let them know we think of them.
This group has named themselves Missoula Rocks and are not just reaching out to firefighters. They've been leaving little words of encouragement hidden throughout Missoula and surrounding areas for all to read.
It is a good thing. Everybody's happy, and I've gotten responses back from people that, wow, I found this rock today and I was feeling down and it just cheered me up, and You know, that's what it's all about, is making people feel good.
In Missoula, Kent Lutzen, MTN News.
And in national headlines this evening, it's going to be touch and go for people in the Houston area tonight. Tropical storm Harvey has left neighborhoods underwater, and the rain is expected to continue in southwest Texas. At least 2 people have died and thousands rescued. Kenneth Craig reports.
Rescue helicopters lowered people one by one onto dry highways in Houston after picking them up from their flooded homes. This man took the ride with his young son.
This is all we got. We lost the car, all the clothes, school clothes, everything gone. Everything gone.
Residential streets became waterways for boats, rescuing people as Tropical Storm Harvey continues to pound Houston.
It's got to be a 500-year flood or a 1,000-year flood. It's ridiculous.
I don't think we'll ever see it again. I sure hope not.
Thousands called for help, including the residents at La Vida Bella Assisted Living Facility who waited for rescue in waist-deep water. Some people used their own boats to rescue neighbors, but that wasn't always a safe option. This man thought he could get his pickup through the deep water, got out in time, but then tried to go back inside for his glasses. The driver of this tractor trailer was rescued on live television.
And here he comes.
Valencia Jenkins and her family walked barefoot from her apartment complex to this convention center that's now a shelter.
Everything gone. All I got is Pampers and wipes.
Some Houston areas are on track to set a rainfall record, 50 inches in some areas, because Harvey is expected to stick around for days. So far, the storm has affected a quarter of the Texas population, about 6.8 million people. That includes the people who live in Rockport, Texas, where Harvey made landfall Friday night as a Category 4 hurricane. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Houston.
Houston authorities are urging residents to stay off the streets and in their homes if it's safe to do so. And back in Missoula, drivers, pedestrians, and bicyclists crossing the Russell Street Bridge will have to find an alternate route Tuesday and Wednesday as crews prep the aging bridge for what's expected to be its last winter. The Montana Department of Transportation will spend those days spreading a new layer of asphalt across the deck of the bridge. This will be done to help mitigate potholes and other damages the deteriorating bridge endures each winter. Crews expect this will be the last winter for the old bridge, as the project to replace it is set to begin this fall. Depending on how contractor bidding goes, construction on the new Russell Street Bridge could begin as early as November. And in Montana news, it's back to school time. MTN's Caitlin Corbett tells us how the influx of college students impacts one local business.
I'm here at the Pickle Barrel Deli right across from the Montana State University campus. Now, with students moving back all week and getting ready to start the school year, the local economy is feeling a boost. And perhaps no one's feeling that boost more than the Pickle Barrel.
When those first 2 weeks, I double the amount, almost triple the amount of pickles that I'm ordering.
And that's just one way that Pickle Barrel owner Jenny O'Brien gears up for the back-to-school bustle. When Bozeman becomes flooded with students, local businesses like the Pickle Barrel start booming. O'Brien estimates she made over 700 sandwiches on MSU's move-in day, so many that she ran out of bread.
It's a pretty good push, especially the first couple weeks. I think what happens with Bozeman, there's so many places to go, and so for Pickle Barrel per se, because of our proximity to the campus, we're kind of the first thing they see, and so we definitely have that push starting right on move-in day.
The boom is also a chance for O'Brien to replenish her staff, which she likes to do with students.
I think the youthfulness that is created with them, I just love working with the students. I can't imagine. I love their energy. I love their positivity, their excitement about being in a new place. It sort of like boosts the entire city.
MSU students will start their year on Monday. Reporting from the Pickle Barrel, Caitlin Corbett, MTN News.
And coming up after this break, temperatures are looking to stay warm throughout this work week. Russ is in right after with the hazy skies that will come with that. Stay with us.